damn it. My Wi-Fi's out, and I need to check the sports scores right away. Wish I could afford one of those cranial jobs.
Yeah, so that's a repeat.
Is there a problem, sir? The city's a little quieter now that the limb protest has broken up.
Considering all the controversy, I think the UN should regulate augmentations. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with what those extremists did at the Sarif plant. I just think the technology can be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Oh. And there's the rub. Define the wrong hands.
I don't mean to judge, but I think the people who choose to augment themselves are rejecting their own humanity.
No, that's a repeat.
Have you heard? William Taggart is coming to Detroit. The founder of the Humanity Front, here, in our city. He's gonna give a speech at the convention center. But I bet tickets will be impossible to come by. I wonder if he'll denounce those Purity First fanatics.
Crazy.
Kinda already did.
Niyashia Akeem is way prettier.
But Eliza has intelligence, and I love how she dresses. So cool.
Intelligence? She just says what Pikus tells her to, and Pikus only reports what the government allows them to. Eliza is just a puppet.
Well, she's one hot puppet.
You're so dumb. Nice jacket. Is that a high man? In leather? I wish my boyfriend had some of your class.
What's up, dude? You lost or something? If you waiting for the tram, you shit out of luck. It don't stop at this station once the sun goes down.
So, you know, something I was going to follow up a little bit, just make an additional comment where I was talking about nanotechnology and, you know, the past theories about biological warfare versus more conventional warfare or even nuclear warfare. You know, really that's the sort of a core concept in the first Deus Ex game. You know, right from the beginning, the opening cutscene that introduces the entire game, you find out that basically a virus is decimating the population, a virus called the Great Death. And the only cure for it is a vaccine called Ambrosia, made by, conveniently, the VersaLife Corporation. And golly gee, you know, what is a great way to maximize corporate profits? You know, go ahead and introduce a problem into society and then introduce the solution to the problem as well. And of course, if the solution causes more problems, well, hey, you can always introduce another solution to those problems. And so it goes. Unethical? Oh yeah, you know, but remember, all that capitalism really cares about is profit, you know, and usually really short-term profit. I mean, the fact that everything may fall apart in the long term, it tends to not be considered. But a lot of people make the mistake, too, of only considering like corporate executives and people like that as being the ones to blame. The fact of the matter is that any successful corporation, at least in the modern world, you know, they're on the stock market. The reason they're successful is because of whether their stock goes up or down. And who is it that owns the stock? I mean, by definition, a public entity is publicly owned. So, you know, the whole point here is the people who own the stock, the shareholders, that's who the executives have to answer to. If their stock isn't going up, then they'll pretty much be let go. And the people who want the stock to go up, of course, are now the different people who own stock in the company, because they want their profits, you know, their dividends and stuff. So obviously a great deal of the population cannot afford to invest in stocks of any kind, but the point I'm making is that it's not a handful of executives who are solely to blame. It's the people who actually control whether they stay in office or not, you know, who are basically the members of the public who own stock in the company. Usually the executives are appointed by a board of directors who oversees that. Obviously that's still a handful of people, but again, you know, it's all a matter of answering to public demand. And if you look at the lifetime of companies, you know, how long do any companies last? There's not that many companies that really last for a really long time. There's a few, but out of all the different businesses made, there's not really all that many.
You meet all types in this city. Aug, purist, I say live and let live.
There's Eliza. with the city mover moving right through her almost. Okay.
Oh, please. You can't actually believe that Purity First are freedom fighters.
Not yet. But just wait until the machine men take over.
You watch too many movies.
Seriously, dude. Bill Taggart and Purity First are the only ones who've got the guts to defend us against those Augs.
Interesting that you include those two in the same sentence.
You listen to too much left-wing radio. What are you looking at, pal? Scanning me with those metal eyes of yours? That's right. You think I wouldn't notice with those shades you're wearing? But I can spot an Aug a mile away.
Don't mind my friend. He's just paranoid. You look like a nice enough dude.
You're a very lucky man to be able to afford all those augmentations.
Yeah. I like the way everybody assumes that. Like, it's always a matter of choice, right?
I love Detroit. There's no place like it.
Somehow I think
moved
she's in
here
the
from the
minority.
country just recently.
That's probably why she still loves Detroit. Based on what we see other people expressing anyway. So there's the police station up ahead.
The biomod industry is going to tear this city apart, mark my words. Not everyone can afford augments, and those who can't are going to find themselves on the streets before they know it.
I think they already are.
Fucking Motor City bangers. Who they think they are? The sewers was our turf, the whole sewers. Except near the cop shop, Blues made sure nobody hung around there. There was an entrance led directly to the precinct basement. Don't make much sense to me, but it was pretty secured. Maybe they were smuggling shit in there. Crooked bastards.
Hey, you look like the kind of guy who'd know how to lay his hands on some explosives. You know, hush hush. I heard the mob is stashing stuff down in the sewers. It's like that story, the cask of armadillo, or whatever. You know, they seal it up in the walls, man. You ever hear of that shit?
Yeah, in other words, if I had the strength Aug, I could bust through some of the walls, but I don't, so I guess I won't. Here's that dumpster when I was climbing through the tunnel, which is down behind there. I said you need the spring legs Aug and the strength Aug to push the dumpster away, because there's a hole right behind here. But that's where it comes out at. So I mean, I'm just trying to show you that you wind up in the same place, kind of regardless. And in this particular case, regardless of which route you take. I'm gonna go ahead and take the manhole cover off, which, by the way, is like a bazillion jokes. I mean, I see that so many times in stories, and I just laugh every time I see it. Some people out there, I'm sure, have some idea of just how heavy a manhole cover is. No. Now, oh, actually, I guess, you know, like Adam, with his augmented arms, yeah, he can probably handle a manhole cover all by himself. But, I mean, normally you have to have two guys with, you know, special, like, crowbar tools to lift up on either side of it and slide it over, you know, to open it up. I mean, it's not something that you just, oh yeah, I'll just open this manhole cover. No problem. Not hardly. It's not quite that easy.
Hey, Jensen. Long time no see. You're not here to see Wayne Haas, are you? He's a desk sergeant on duty right now. Hey, Jensen. Long time no see.
Whoops.
You're not here to see Wayne Haas, are you?
Oh, that was
He's
weird.
a desk sergeant on duty right now. He's still complaining about all the forces stacked against him. Yelling at people, making excuses. Worse since he got kicked off of SWAT because of the pill problem. He, blames you for it all, you know?
I'd advise you to stay away from the DRB gang if you can. Just stay in the brightly lit streets and you'll be fine.
Damn cops took my license. And I'm tempted to break in and take it back. And I know just how to do it, too. It'd be easy. Back alley, up the fire escape, bypass the back door lock, and then... who am I kidding? There's no fighting the law.
So, he basically just told you an alternate route to get into the city. You know, I gotta say there's some randomization going on here, which I find kind of interesting. But
you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Yeah. I don't know. All these cameras and chips and stuff everywhere. How do you know they're not tracking you or something?
They are.
Fear Big Brother, man.
Keep that weapon holstered, sir. We've had enough action for one night. Have a good night, sir.
You know, he's saying that even though I don't have any weapons on me. Okay. Whatever. What I started to say is that there's some interesting randomization in here because,
Try not to start any trouble. We were able to stem the violence at the limb protest, but things are still tense.
I'm seeing some different
I'll bet you never have trouble
here.
finding a seat on the bus, do you? Hey, no offense, man. Just enjoying the sights.
What's all the fuss about this augmentation technology? It's my business what I do with my body, no one else's.
Like, when I was playing through this before, when I came out of the central station, David broadcast a message, augmented people entered from the back. That's good. Oh yeah, this is the MDM theater, you know, like, as in MGM, which is, you know, Metro Goldwyn Mayer Casino in downtown Detroit.
You looking for something? Good luck finding it, whatever it is.
But
why did you do it? You were beautiful just the way you were. You poor man.
But yeah, when I first came out, David actually contacted me and said he actually told me some message about whether or not I was done, whether or not I'd recovered the neural hub yet.
Oh, let me guess, you got nothing to spare. That's alright, man. We all got our crosses to bear. Hey, the way this city is now, I'd rather be on the streets than to be you.
Well, he's finding stuff, even though it says there's nothing in there.
Who do you think you are? Forget the small talk.
You know, but obviously this time David hasn't contacted me with that message, which is interesting. Oh, and, you know, my response to him when he sent that message to me.
Damn Ogs. Those power-hungry bastards. Every last one of them. They're nothing but tin-plated despots in the making.
Oh, there's a good attitude. I didn't know I was a despot. But, you know, my response to him was like, hey, boss, you know, you told me to pull off a heist. It's going to take some time. And then he tells me something like, well, okay, if the you know, the straightforward approach through the front door doesn't work, you know, there's sure to be an alternate entrance, you know, in back or maybe through the sewers or something.
Do I know you? Because I could swear I'd seen you around someplace. Oh, wait a sec, you're that dude. Your face was in the papers, got popped in that attack on Seraph Industries 6 months ago. Whoa, pretty radical what happened.